Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team, welcome back. Quick little tiny itty bitty video. The Boston Bruins have re-signed the goaltender of the future. Not Swayman. But I'm not going to clickbait the title, so you already know that. Brandon Bussi. I'm pretty sure it's not pronounced like that, but it's a lot more fun to pronounce it that way. We have re-signed him to a 1-year, $775,000 two-way contract this next season. There's a couple important things about that contract. One, it's two-way, which means if he's in the AHL, it doesn't count against the cap. Two, it is waivers exempt, which I think was going to happen with an extension with him anyway, but who cares? And three, when it expires, it is still an RFA, meaning that we still hold rights when this deal expires next year. So if he performs the way he did this year, then yeah, he could be looking at a real contract after that. For those of you who don't know, Brandon Bussi is a 24-year-old, 6'5", 205-pound goaltender born in the good old US of A, who went undrafted during his draft eligibility. And last year, he went 32 regular season games in the AHL with a 2.4 goals against average and a .924 save percentage. And in 4 postseason games, because Providence flamed out of the playoffs too. We're not going to talk about that. 2.27 goals against average and a .926 save percentage. 6th in the league in the regular season in goals allowed average and 2nd in save percentage. That's a pretty good season. And the ages range in the AHL, of course. But when it comes to goaltending, you either have it or you don't. And he's had it. He's had a lot of success through the years. He's had his blips, don't get me wrong, still developing, but he's a big body that moves deceptively quick, and he's a clean kind of goalie. He shows up where he needs to be. He's not all over the damn place. There's a lot to like about his game, and what I like the most is he's pretty damn consistent. You can see from those numbers. Does this mean, which is the question going around right now, does this mean that Ullmark or Swayman are on the chopping block? Or one of them getting traded? Is this a guarantee of it? It's not a guarantee. In fact, I don't think this even hints towards something like that. Because at the end of the day, this is good business. Kaiser and DiPietro are our other 2 goalies that are currently in the Bruins system, like signed to NHL contracts. Neither of them have been qualified yet. They're both RFAs. Neither of them are guaranteed to be qualified. Now, I don't know if the Bruins organization is going to hang on to one of them. I don't get the feeling that they're desperate to do so. But with the season that Bussi just had, of course you're going to re-sign him and do a whole, hey, was it a fluke deal? A 1-year deal. That doesn't even count against the cap. It's a 2-way deal. It's not a risk at all. It's just good business. Now, is it the first step you would take if you were going to trade Ullmark and Swayman? Well, yeah. Because regardless of the situation, you would be in the market for a veteran third-string backup. You would be. If you had the cap for it. The Bruins don't really have the cap for it. So you sign the young guy, and you hope he continues his progress. If you were going to move Swayman and Ullmark, you do this anyway. And maybe he's your guy up in the NHL next year behind whichever one didn't get moved. All the more likely, though, we sign another veteran backup that goes behind whichever guy stays, and Bussi isn't needed right away. They give him a first, month of the AHL season to see if he's still performing well, and then bring him up. I do really like the signing, though, because the organization hasn't gotten complacent with the net minding. Ullmark and Swayman have been really good, but you always have to be looking for that next guy. Always, 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 because goaltending is so difficult and so, fluky. Fluky is not the right word, but some of these guys stay consistent for a whole career. And some of these guys have 2 or 3 really good years and are never heard from again. So continuing to have another guy in the wings that you like, super, super important. But don't buy into any of these articles that are going to come out and be like, huge signs that the Bruins are going to trade Swayman this offseason or trade Ullmark this offseason. It's bullshit. It is. But this signing matters. This signing means we might get to see him next year in the NHL, which would be really exciting. Obviously, though, that probably takes injuries for it to happen, and no one's rooting for that. But that's pretty much all this was for. Just a quick little update. Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. I still need to find the winner of the bracket challenge. You got to hit me up on something so I can get you some free merch. And the store for the merch is opening soon. We had a slight little setback, but don't worry about that. It's fine. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Go Bees. Go Bees! Voice cracked. Go Bees.